Hello, and welcome to this week's Pick Your Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Oracle reading. This week we're doing love readings as Valentine's Day approaches. And we have Kuriboh, Dark Magician Girl, and Time Wizard. Just like Baby Dragon, I can only say it that one way. So pick your pile, timestamps are in the description, and let's see what love has in store for you. I'll meet you there. Kuriboh pile, you are up first. And take this cute little guy, stick him up in the corner. And before we start pulling from these Oracle and Tarot cards, let's pull a clarifier to get an idea of the theme of this love reading for you. Okay, we've got two of them. So first we have abundance. The life I'm living is full of blessings, love, and bounty. I'm a divine goddess in my own unique Garden of Eden. And then we have disruption. Should my well-crafted plan today become disrupted, I will breathe and smile. I have complete faith that everything is always working out for my very best interest. This feels like divine timing to me. Let's see what else we have here. We have shape-shifting. There is some major change happening in the way that you operate in the systems that you're a part of. There's transition, there's transmutation, it's new forms. We have cat's claw with purification. So these new forms are kind of purifying the way that things have been. They're asking you to view the abundance that you already have and to accept the, excuse me, Sophie, I'm trying to do a reading right now. No, thank you. Go lay down. Sorry, everybody. I have a Shih Tzu who requires attention at all times. They're asking you to accept that you have a ton of abundance around you already, and you're waiting on divine timing for something important to come in. And in the meantime, this divine timing, the alignment that it's waiting for, has to do with shape-shifting through purification. We have ancient memory with rosemary. There is an energy here. I feel like this lighting is, let's see how I can make it a little less glary here. See if that's helpful. Sorry. There's this energy here of this being a really old pattern in your life cycles that's kind of coming to fruition here. This is a pretty big shift for you. So not only are you welcoming in abundance of like your current lifetime, you're closing out something bigger, which makes sense. We're also approaching eclipse season. We're ending the year of the snake. There's been a lot of purging. So if you're waiting for love to find you, continue to have faith and be patient because it's coming. There's still some shedding that has to happen before you're in alignment with something that's truly meant for you. We have the Ace of Cups. Yeah. This purge, this change, this shift is leading you into a new era of love, of self-love, of love of other, of self-acceptance. I'm going to scoot this up a little bit. This is a big shift for you. And we have Three of Cups. This is community. This is connection. The way that you've connected with people previously has been based in some kind of old pattern that's now leaving. This isn't necessarily exclusively romantic. It's people who are on the same level, the same frequency as you, and people who see you clearly and love you for it. And we have Ace of Pentacles. This is new beginnings having to do with community. What a gift. In the meantime, while you await this divine timing, they want you to connect with the things that nourish you, the practices, the places, the people, the experiences, the things that fill your cup right now is for taking care of yourself while we're waiting, trusting that everything's working out the way that it's supposed to, and we're shifting into a new version of ourselves and purifying out this old stuff that's ready to go. We're clearing out old self-limiting beliefs that have been keeping us in a box. And we're moving toward wholeness, towards interconnectedness, and towards interconnectedness not only with ourselves, but with other people. You know, we can only meet people as deeply as we've met ourselves. And so by doing this process, you're going to be able to build more rich, intimate relationships with people. Again, both romantically and platonically. There's details and information that you don't have yet, and that's okay. It's going to come to you when the time is right. Sometimes we're given bits and pieces so that we can digest one of the small pieces so that we're able to accept the next one. You might, yeah, I think that I relate to these two cards as they came out. I felt it immediately, which is that the old version of yourself that's currently going away, that's currently cycling out, is the part of you that's looking for someone to come in and save you and is looking for a fairy tale in a way that means that you're not necessarily in touch with reality in a meaningful way, which is fine. Like I said, I connect with this. This card exists because I have this experience. And you think that you know the patterns and that you know all of the pieces, but there's, again, still missing information. There's stuff you don't know. So if you were to try to make love happen for yourself right now, you would end up in a situation that's not actually aligned for you. You are being aligned with the love that you want. And being patient and trusting that you're going to get there is going to be the easiest way to, kind of push through this experience. There's fear and negativity around this, around taking time to be by yourself and to reconnect with yourself and to allow this shift to happen. This fear of being alone, this fear of being with yourself, but also this fear of the unknown. The way you take your power back is by acknowledging that fear exists. It's interesting because this reading in particular, I could have had for myself in like fall 2024 or very early 2025. And despite the fear, I had to make the choice to trust that something was going to come off or come out the other side that was going to be meaningful for me. And when I tell you that I'm in the best relationship I've ever been in my entire life right now, I mean it. And I'm so grateful that I was patient and didn't try to force something that didn't actually fit me. I think there's a part of you that knows that you need to be patient and slow down and allow this process to happen without another person, but that fear can kind of take over sometimes. So acknowledging it and holding it in gentle awareness and holding it with compassion is going to be meaningful for you. You're more than someone who's dating another person. You get to be more than just someone who's attached to someone else. You are your own being, your own magic. And your guides really want you to acknowledge that, because trying to make this happen for yourself before you're aligned is burning you out. And you need to transmute that fear, that negativity around the idea of not being a partner to someone right now. Because like I said, you're so many more things than just a partner to someone else. And when you accept that and love it and live in it, that's when you find your person. Let's see if there's anything else they want to add. Acknowledge how you can maybe be a little bit addicted to the chaos of unhealthy relationships, and think past it. Think outside of that box. This is going to help you move into deeper self-love and acceptance, and it's going to help you be more rooted within yourself. As someone who's on the other side of this journey, I know that making the decision to take the step back is hard, but baby, it is so worth it. if I knew how it was going to turn out, I would have done it so much sooner because I spent a lot of time trying to make things work with people who weren't good fits with me because I wanted to believe that I had love and I had a fairy tale and I had a partner. But I was able to be my own partner and love myself in a way that was more meaningful, which meant that I could show up in relationships with other people differently. It's so worth it. I highly recommend it. Kuriboh Pile, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful. I know that maybe it wasn't the message you wanted to hear. You were hoping to hear that I was going to say you're going to be magically in love by Valentine's Day. But this is such a major magical evolution for you, and you should be really proud of the work you've done to get here. Accept the path ahead. Trust that you'll get what you're dreaming of. And allow yourself to connect more deeply with yourself. Get that rest so that you can connect more deeply with others. I'll see you next week. Bye. Dark Magician Girl, this is you. She's such a cutie. I picked her because of all the hearts in the background. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're gonna pop this up here. And before we start pulling out of these tarot and oracle cards, let's take one or two clarifier cards to get an idea of what this love reading has in store for you. We have constraint. Choose your words with grace and compassion today. Consider other situations and feelings before communicating in a way that might be hurtful or counterproductive. Okay. So this has to do with the way you communicate in love. Let's see what we got here. We have milk thistle with peaceful warrior. Okay. This might be how you handle conflict in love. We have journey. And we have grace. Okay. I love grace and grace here. So you're on a journey currently around how you communicate when it comes to conflict in love situations, how you deal with communication and having hard conversations in your relationships. And I think that this is something that you've been working on for a while. And maybe recently it's been a little extra hard. We've had quite a few astrological events recently that have been shining a light on our wounds and a light on the ways that we move with those wounds. And I believe that this has to do with that. And they're asking you not only to have grace for others, but also for yourself in this journey. We have the Knight of Swords. We're breaking through with new ideas, new perspectives about what it means to stand our ground and to choose fight over flight. And also to collect it's like this journey you've been on to reevaluate the way that you communicate and stand on business in relationships and in communication with those relationships. You're coming to a point of collecting karma for this. This is like you're reaching a checkpoint on this journey. And it requires you to have grace for yourself. We have the ring. This is being deeply connected with ourselves, with other people, with the world. Sacred cycles, the sacred cycle of this journey. There's either someone in your life where you are acting as for some other person, this situation that's kind of teaching you in a big way. Because of the journey, I think that it's probably both. I think often we become teachers for the things that we've experienced, maybe not even necessarily intentionally or consciously. But there's a situation in your life where you are being taught how to do this in a big way. And there's probably some grief that's coming with this. I think that this has been a really hard journey for you. And I think that it's one that comes with a lot of weight, a lot of old wounding. But choosing to be compassionate with yourself and the other person as you're communicating things that have been rooted deeply inside of you for a long time is such a gift to both of you and is such a strength and a skill that you have taken much time to master and to hold. So give yourself credit for how far you've come on this journey because you're doing a lot better than you think you are. Make sure that as you're on this journey, because it is something that is very heavy and something that you're doing a lot of work on, to take care of yourself and to allow yourself to be in the present moment. You don't need to be dwelling on the past or working on the future all the time. You don't need to be working on yourself all the time. Forcing growth does no good for anybody. Take time to step into joy in the present moment, to connect with your inner world, to do things that bring you joy, and to be excited about all of the things you've done on this path. The world is reflecting aspects of yourself back to you through these experiences. And those old patterns are coming up, which might give you a little bit of self-doubt. But the truth is that if you take a step back, you can see how far you've come in the way that you handle these situations when they come up to you or when they come in front of you, right? This is about learning how to unconditionally love yourself and others as you navigate the realities of being a human in relationship with another human, regardless of whether it's platonic or romantic. There are old parts of you that might be a little addicted to chaos, addicted to the chaos of the life that you have been living for a long time. And that's okay. We all have those parts. This card exists because this part exists inside of me. There's a journey here of old things showing up so that you can say goodbye to them one last time. And that doesn't mean that they won't peek their head out here and there, but you're closing a major door. And this is a necessary death and decay of this old pattern, of these old ideas and of these old cycles and the way that you moved through situations like this previously. By allowing this to die, you get romance, you get to be conscious as you move through it. And you're becoming more perceptive and conscious of the ways that you might be self-indulgent and controlling and over-intellectualizing when you're in emotional situations because you desire to feel safe. Coagulation is the final stage of spiritual alchemy. This is embodiment. This is integration. You're integrating right now. I saw a video earlier today about not being in the manifesting phase anymore, but being in the integration phase and integrating all the things you've learned on this journey so that you can step into the amazing things that are coming for you. We're getting ready to end the year of the snake in about 2 weeks or so. And this is you've done so much work here. I'm like tripping over my words because it's just so much. And there's probably been a lot of grief and stress coming up. I think things have been coming up to be looked at one final time. And you might feel like you've regressed or slid back a little bit, but that's not the case. They're coming up to show you how high your perception has spiraled from where you were when you started. How much more clearly you can see the situation, how much more clearly you can handle it, and how much more grace and compassion you have for everybody in the experience. Be very proud of where you are. And I know that this isn't probably what you were hoping for, that you were hoping that I was going to tell you that you're going to have this amazing romantic experience for Valentine's Day, but this is such an amazing experience in itself. And I'm not surprised that this reading steps out of a box of an idea of what a love reading could be, because this is about love. This is about love and compassion and grace and the way we communicate with people we love and the way we communicate with ourselves. You've done amazing work and you should be really proud of yourself. It's all coming together and romance is coming your way, just maybe not as fast as you want. Dark Magician Girl Group, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful for you. Let me know in the comments, how did this land for you? My dog is like having a dream where she's catching something underneath my desk right now, if you can hear that. It's very cute. Let me know how this landed for you. And let me know which card you chose. Thanks again. I hope to see you next week. Bye. Time Wizard, this is your pile. Welcome. Go ahead and stick that guy up there. And before we start pulling out of these tarot and oracle cards, let's take a clarifier card. Okay, that was very quick, to see what you've got. Movement. I am fully prepared to accept the changes that are coming my way, as with forward motion comes new possibilities and opportunities for happiness. Things are moving. Oh, I don't need to put the whole deck there. That's silly of me. All right, let's see what we got here. Harmony. Oh, I love this. Moving towards peace and harmony. Initiation into new levels of love. Conduit. This is connecting with the higher mind and initiating into the higher mind in a new way. And trust. We're trusting what's coming with this, how this is appearing for us. This is trusting that what lies on the other side of this change and this movement is in your best interest. And finding harmony by connecting with the higher mind, with the divine. We have the King of Swords. Mastering this new perception. The King of Wands, mastering this new action. And the Fool, so that you can step into this new adventure. Oh, I love this. So this reading came with an extra one of these, and so it's going to look a little, I'm going to get a little busy here. Okay. We have the Animal. This is connecting with our like our body, connecting with the like the humanness of our body, the animalness of our body instead of our mind. Integrating, creating, stepping into our body and then creating a lives for ourselves that we love. And the Pilgrim. The Pilgrim feels very connected with the Fool here. This is the seeker. This is stepping out into a new adventure. You are getting ready to start something completely new with a peace that's maybe something you haven't had in the past, with a connection to yourself that you haven't had in the past, and trust in yourself that you haven't had in the past. You have spent the last period of time that you've been in, the last cycle you've been in, mastering the mind, mastering action to a new level from where you were previously. And this is what allows you to step into this new adventure with excitement, with devotion, with... I have a card that talks about the Fool in a different deck. And one of the things they say is it's leaping off the cliff, trusting that if the parachute doesn't work, you'll grow wings. And that's the energy I'm feeling here, is this trust that it's just going to work. There have been places where, or there have been times or situations where the change that's coming feels overwhelming and you might avoid it because you don't want to be uncomfortable as this shifting is happening. But they're asking you to be very passionate and tenacious about the way that you approach it. Your guides are here. Your guides are present. Pay attention to the synchronicities. It might be better to consider these self-love readings as I'm on the third one. But that's at the heart of all love, right? Look at the places where your love might be conditional, where you might make decisions based in fear, and where that might lead you to neglect yourself or choose stagnancy because that seems like the easier option. Be curious and open, be strategic, be pragmatic, be a student of this experience. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Because the fear tries to separate you from this initiation into higher consciousness. It disconnects you from all of the things coming toward you, and it makes you make choices that might not be aligned with your authentic path. When we avoid discomfort, that often means we avoid authenticity. There's a healthy masculine energy here. It could be yours. It could be someone else's. This is pure light. You're a sweetie, but you're staying in your comfort zone. So allow this to bring you clarity so that you can put things in order. The way that we transmute this fear and negativity is by naming it, acknowledging that it exists, looking at it square in the face and saying, you know, I don't think that's for me. Don't get lost in the fear, because that's where the stagnancy comes in. We lean into the discomfort. That's how we grow and expand. By doing this, by leaning into the discomfort, you're going to be able to live authentically and live a self-directed life. Moving into, moving into an era of true authenticity in the way that you move. And this is a gift. Go within, set your boundaries, ask yourself what this is showing about you, like what the situation overall is showing you about yourself. And ask yourself, where is there a part of me that's used to being victimized? And is that part of me grasping onto something, to an old pattern, to an old relationship, to an old system that used to work for me that no longer doesn't, because it doesn't trust it. It doesn't trust where we are. Okay? Right now requires trust in yourself and that everything will work out in your best interest. Embrace this change instead of moving away from it because you don't want to be uncomfortable. Use this discomfort to grow and expand. This definitely has a lot to do with love of self here and trust of self, creating a life that you love and enjoying the adventure of moving into a more authentic way of being. So be curious, be strategic. Know that you are pure light. Set your boundaries, protect them, and be willing to be uncomfortable, because things are about to get really good if you allow that to happen. There's no reason to neglect this part of your journey because it's going to bring you a lot of harmony and peace. Time Wizard Pile, thank you so much for joining me. I hope that this was helpful. I hope that it landed. I know that it probably wasn't what you were expecting. It wasn't what I was expecting. You know, self-love is the root of all love at times. And most times. And so I think that, of course, that's how my readings went. If you've ever been on one of my TikTok lives, that is usually how it goes. Leave a comment. Let me know how this landed for you. Let me know if there's anything that came up for you. Let me know who you chose. And I hope to see you next week. Bye.